idea came because partly my husband and I had such horrible presents when it was our silver wedding. And what do you want? Where do you put it? I didn't want it. I wish they'd have given the money to charity. Yes, I just didn't want more things. It's not the same. 50 years ago, people got presents at Christmas for their birthday. They needed the present. You know, your mum bought you a new coat, a pair of boots. Now if you want things, you can afford to go out and buy them generally. So it's really, we say in England, it's the thought that counts. So we tried to think of ways that you could give presents that would make you laugh, you'd enjoy it. We're perhaps best known for giving goats. You give somebody the present of a goat, and that goes to a family in Africa. So I always say, you're really lucky, I bought you a goat, but you don't have to look after it, you know? And people like the idea. I was given, for my birthday, I was given a camel, and I laugh at the thought of this camel that walks, you know, through Somalia, Somaliland, Ethiopia. I really like the idea, and I called my camel Mabel, but I think the person who got the camel probably called it Mustafa or Soraya or something. And I gave my family once, we gave a gift of a cow that would go to a family in India, a very poor family, and it would make such a difference to them. And we go and check that the gifts are properly delivered when we give the money, that the money goes where they say the money goes. And I went to see my cow, and I'd called my cow Buttercup, but they called the cow Lakshmi. So she obviously has a split personality, this cow. But when you see, I've been to see, particularly in Rwanda and in India, when you see the difference that these gifts can make, what sort of person would you be that you wouldn't want to give it? I mean, one very popular gift in the UK is we give the gift of sight for children who are born with cataracts in their eyes. And for £27, about 40 euros, you can pay for an operation. And that gives you such a feeling of, isn't that nice that I did that? And it lasts beyond the chocolates, beyond, you know, whatever gifts you're getting. So it's been a very successful scheme. And I'm really pleased that when I spoke about it at a conference at Sarajevo, that people in Slovenia had the sense to copy the idea, because that's what we'd all like to see in the world, people sharing ideas for the good, so that the place would be nicer for everybody. So I hope that every family in Slovenia, and I mean it, every family in Slovenia, I hope will buy a good gift, the equivalent of the good gift, the Slovenian one, this year for Christmas. Because for 10 euros, think of the difference that you as a country could make to the rest of the world. And wouldn't that be a nice thing to do, to share some of your prosperity? Because 10 euros, most people can part with 10 euros. So I wish the catalogue well. I think the choice of gifts was very interesting, and I'm sure, well, I hope that it's going to be very, very